one thing that stuck out in my mind was the guy Ken that I talked to at the Mardi Gras party, because he was really shy at first, but then once we started talking, he had a great sense of humor, and he was like talking about how proud he was of his granddaughter, and that just made me so happy to see him talk about her. And then another thing that stuck out in my mind that I just forgot. You're gonna have to come back to me. I hate this. I forgot. Oh, I remember.
Okay, go ahead.
It was when Larry, the coal miner, was talking, and he was saying that the people here have the same problems as us. There's just like fewer of them, so when they occur, it seems like a big deal. So it just made me think like we think of them as like completely different, but they really have the same problems that are in our communities and stuff.
I agree, and I also think that like the people here are really like welcoming, and like even just at the event we were at today, I was just walking around a little bit, and like different women would come up and be like, "Oh, you guys gonna come back?" and stuff like that. So that was nice.
That was when I first got here, is how, at least to me, how absolutely isolated this place is. They especially when I'm at work sites, I'll just like look at it and be like, total dense woods. I just want to go wandering. And I wonder how like people, they seem to be like separated from like, I don't know, our part of the like country and things like that. But it's interesting because they, well, for the most part, maybe not Brandy, but they're like proud of where they're from too, and that contributes to the sense of community that we've got to experience during our time here.
I saw her the whole week. Like when she was there, she'd always tell us how thankful she was that we were helping out, and if we needed anything, like she would let us use her restroom or anything like that. But also like within my group, and I don't know, I'm sure with the other groups as well, like everyone was really patient with each other. There were times where we had no idea what was going on, like someone messed up, or like we didn't know how to use a tool or something. Like Leanne would show us, but also if someone knew how to do something, we'd teach the other person to do it. And even if we did mess up, like, oh, okay, it's okay, like we'll help. So I thought that was really neat, and I also liked how we, like as a group, grew closer together as the week went on.
Let by that number 9 go. When I die and go to heaven, land of my dreams, won't have to worry about losing my job to hard times, big machines. I ain't gonna waste my life away on health and time payment plans. I'm gonna cut coal while the heavens roll. Sing with that angel man, Lord, Lord. Sing with that angel man. 'Cause I've got
No, Sister Jane can be quite infuriating at times. We all realize that it takes someone like her to make a program like this successful and to get all these projects done. Because when we're there, sometimes we might get like stuck in our routine of our daily activity, and we know that we have to get these things done, but we don't think about how long they're really going to take or to what extent we might have to go to get our tasks accomplished. And without her pushing us, I don't think we would have the same results as we did. And then another thing that stuck out to me was just the concept of simple living. Most people just have, you know, their like little trailer with 2 bedrooms, and there's like a whole family living there, and they're like the happiest people you could ever imagine. They don't have a mall 10 minutes from them. They don't have money to go out to dinner all the time and go to the movies and stuff, but they're just happy with what they have.
I think too, I said at the beginning of the week that how important I think humor would have been for things like this, but something that didn't occur to me was how big of a part humor plays in the part of these people down here. I was talking to a man named Ray the other night at the church picnic, and listening to the way that Mrs. McCallum was talking about that they were facing an ice storm once, and they were almost laughing about it because they were saying, well, who's going to be next, to get a tree land on their house? And she was like hysterical laughing about it, and I just thought that was pretty funny. And the way that Ray was talking about things, we were just talking about how we, what Larry had talked about, that we all have the same problems, but they seem to laugh things off pretty easily. And if anything, I think that all of us in here have been brought closer together by humor. I mean, there hasn't been a day that's gone by that all of us haven't been cracking up over something. I think that's great. And I don't think that anything unites people like humor does. I think laughter is a universal language, and it seems to be a unifying factor here. So all of you can just go. Okay.
Born a slave in the town of Vicksburg, traded for chestnut bread, but he never smoked.
But also a sense of community that we've built not only as a large group, but within our small working groups, with the people we're working with, the people that in the homes we're working in. Also, the hospitality has been really incredible. Yeah, Tanya, I think I agree with you. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to be that open to, if I was on the opposite end, receiving someone into my home or to my parish or wherever. But being a theology nerd, I also think biblically that, this is St. Joseph Housing and Repair, Housing Improvement, and I sort of felt like at one point I was thinking like, I think I was scraping paint off one of the panels, like it spilled a little bit of paint with my thumbnail, and I was thinking like, why am I doing, like if this was my own home, I just sort of let it lie and have someone else worry about it, but I realized that even in those small, minute things, like I really cared and I really wanted to do my best. And even if no one was watching, even if no one would even notice, and I just sort of thought of St. Joseph, like he's sort of a character in the Bible who did his thing, and it didn't matter what people thought or if people even noticed. So maybe it's sort of appropriate that he's sort of the patron of this organization. And I'm sure I know we all have done little things, from holding nails for someone to sitting on tiles to scraping paint with their thumbnail, and the big things too, laying tile and painting rooms. That stuck out.
I was talking to a few people out here, and we were talking about how this trip isn't just about service. A lot of it has to do with getting to know people, stripping down your life as you live it every day. And yeah, the service work is obviously important and it's great and it's enriching in life, but it's coming together in a room like this and not just turning on the television or something, recognizing that the company here is really all that you need sometimes. And that's an important part, I think, stripping away. Although I did have some video game things, but I think that was really important for me. When I have access on my phone for the internet, I haven't gone on Facebook or anything like that. It's just not really necessary. I haven't even thought about cable television or Curb Your Enthusiasm or anything like that. So it's really nice to just be in like that kind of zone almost, where it's almost like you're at peace. It's like a Zen kind of feeling. Something that you really only get on retreats. I'm very envious of those of you who are sophomores and juniors who get to come again. This is my first and last serve trip, most likely, maybe. So I'm very envious, and I encourage everyone to. I'm sure you all will. You've experienced something really nice to continue on and serve.
A couple of things that I was thinking about. Laughter was mentioned, but it was nice that a couple of times this week at our work site, there were times where Allison and I were laughing so much it was hard to even talk, which was just, it was fun. We were working, but we were having fun while we were doing it. And then also at the beginning of the week, when we started doing reflections, it was a lot of us and them kind of comments we were making. So it's really nice to see how the comments we're making now are talking about the community and how welcoming they are, and not so much an us and them and what we're doing for these people who are down here, which is nice to see. And I'm gonna echo Ross in saying that trips like these are really great, and they're all different. Even if you come back here again, it's not going to be the same as this one, and you'll get something different from it and grow a little more as a person. So this is like my 21st service trip, so each time you get something a little different and learn something different about yourself. So I would just encourage you all to think about that.
At the pound where I was talking to a kid, Matt, and he was like pretty quiet. And I asked him if he had ever went to college, and he said no, but he wanted to. And I said, well, why didn't you? And he just said, I just didn't, which just like struck me. Like, I don't know, it's just like, why do I have so much ambition to like graduate from college, and like I want to go to med school, and like these aren't like motivations that are so uncommon for like people in like the Kings community, but like for him, I don't know, it's just like I want to take all these opportunities to like, you know, for my education and like for my career and to like move away from home, but it's like he's kind of seizing opportunities that I don't even think about, like just, you know, staying in your hometown and like living with your family, and like why don't I think that those are like such great opportunities to always be around your family? I don't know, just, and he was just so content, like he just seemed so happy, like going to the pound every Thursday listening to music, like it was absolutely a great time. And like why do I think it's like, I don't know, it's just like so different, but kind of just makes me step back and like think about things.
Anyway, looking for the home I hope she'd find. Trade all of my tomorrows for a single yesterday. Holding Bobby's body next to mine. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to
Just kind of being there, you know, for that one instant is more important than saying, you know, maybe I built a house in a week, you know. And you know, I can feel like I'm doing work, but it's always been something that I've had trouble wrapping my head around. That although this isn't we're working, it's equally in a way a ministry of just kind of being there, ministry of presence, as I think Bob put it the other night. So I was able to kind of be patient while we're measuring things and working in this house and learning about other people and learning about ourselves and each other. I had to struggle a little bit with I would joke about it, but you know, I felt very, very inadequate in terms of doing housing work. Each day I made, in my mind at least, one very major mistake. Today I got very frustrated when doing some drywall. And, I don't know what happened, but I cut it the wrong way, and we don't know what happened. We don't know. I was shocked and I was furious at myself. And it was like a pride thing to like finish it correctly. But throughout the whole thing, toward the end of it, I was really able to see Leanne's patience in dealing with, and I say in dealing with me, but you know, she didn't like ever say like, you know, why don't you take a break or anything like that. I think she realized that. I think they all realized that, you know, in terms of me at least, that some of us, especially me, are complete amateurs and novices at doing house room repair. And the fact that we're here means more than our skill level. So I was able to come and kind of accept that. It's kind of hard to put into words that the fact that we were here meant something. And every single service trip I've went on, I think this might be my 5th or 6th, there's always one singular moment where I feel like really good about doing a service trip and doing service. And that actually happened tonight over a completely random conversation that I had with a young woman just about Pound. And I talked to her for maybe 45 seconds, and something clicked kind of with me, and I could see kind of she was shocked and taken aback a little bit. And then that was the woman who I took a picture with at the end. And we really didn't talk at all, and I'm still kind of working through really, but that really clicked that just kind of being there, for that one instant is more important than saying, maybe I built a house in a week,
Okay, my accomplishment today was getting to see the final work, seeing everything put together, because the floor was done and everything was the furniture was moved back where it was belonged, so we could see how much better it looked compared to when we first got there. And the struggle was definitely the organizing and throwing away some of the older stuff, because I think we had all this old makeup and nail polish, and I brought it out to Alpha, and I was oh, some of it was really gross and old. I was can we go through this together and we'll throw some stuff away if it doesn't work anymore? And she was no. Okay. All right then. So that was kind of a struggle, but I think she's gonna be a lot happier now that her stuff's all in one spot.
That happened today was just getting the floor all the way done, because we started with we scrapped everything, all this rotted wood and carpet, and we reinforced all the support beams and laid down insulation, and now we have a really good level floor that is just so far off and better than it was before. It's just really good to see that transformation. Struggle today, probably the fact that we were all 6 of us working in this one little room. So there were some times where we, had to just step back and let other people work, because there just wasn't enough room for all of us. But hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to get more things done.
Yesterday, I know I made a goal to get the floor done and the walls cut out, and today it was good to see that the goal was actually accomplished. And also, it was good to hear the lady how appreciative she is and how excited her daughter is, because she came in and said, "Oh my gosh, is my room going to be done today, the first day?" And the mom's "No, it's going to take a long time." So it's frustrating to see how long it's just going to take and that we're not going to see the end product. And it's also frustrating that we can't interact with her family because they're all at school and stuff. So we don't really get to see the daughter that we're making the room for. So it's kind of upsetting.
I'd say the accomplishment for the day was probably just seeing everyone working together. Allie and Jessica were both tiling pretty much most of the day, and Jeff and Tammy, the primer extraordinaires. The other Ryan and Tammy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ryan. But we started to top coat the one wall, and then Sister Jean came and said, "You're gonna prime that first, right?" So of course I had to wash out the paintbrushes again, like yesterday, and fix them out. But other than that, it wasn't too bad. My challenge would probably be hammering those nails into the door. They were nails probably about this big, so I kind of had to pinch them very tightly and tap them in, and then bang them in, and they would fall out, they would bend. I think more nails ended up on the floor than did in the doors. So, yeah, that was my challenge.
You're living now, 'cause I got friends in low places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away. And I'll be okay. Big on social graces, think I'll slip on down to the oasis. So I've got a friend in low places. I've got friends in low places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away. So
step on.